Hey everyone, Narlash here. Welcome back to some more Sid Meier's Civilization 7. We are going to be starting a new game, and I've already kind of looked through leaders and civilizations and all that stuff, kind of preparing, for what we want to play next. And we just wrapped up our game with Simon Bolivar, and we conquered the entire world, which was it was interesting. And I was kind of hoping there'd be something different at the end because we eliminated everybody, but there wasn't. So now we know in the future if we're doing a military victory, then there's nothing extra to do. There's no extra benefit gain or anything like that for eliminating everybody. You can just do Project Ivy and be done. So unless they change something later on, which would be a shame because we've already done it, now we know. But what we are going to play this time is we're going to go, I think we're going to play Pachacuti, and we're going to sort of play to his food strength. I've heard that he's gotten better. I haven't really read a ton of what has changed with him to make him better. I do know about the food buff a while back. So, I mean, I'm sure that's good for him because, cities gain a bonus to production equal to 10% of the city's food, which is huge. And if you have towns, sending food back to your cities, that's also huge. So he can scale up to be a powerhouse later on. The no happiness penalty for specialists near mountains is nice. It's probably not game changing. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, isn't there an improvement that he can put on mountains, or is that Civ 6? Am I thinking of Civ 6? Or maybe he just gets like adjacency bonuses for mountains. That might be what it is. And that's what it says right here, right? +1 food adjacency from mountains. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. In any case, we're going to be playing Pachacuti. We're going to be going for expansionist attribute. And then we're going to go for economic, diplomatic. Where's diplomatic? That's diplomatic. Do we want to go diplomatic? He's economic expansionist. That doesn't really mean much though. We haven't really played around a lot with diplomacy. I really want to get a cultural victory in the bag because that is something we have not done yet. So perhaps we could go diplomatic. We could go economic. Let's take a look at what civ we're going to play as. We're probably going to play as the Mississippian Empire. This is really annoying that this text is like stuck here and you can't do anything about it. But I mean, that just is what it is. So all buildings receive +1 food adjacency for resources, which I think means that if they're adjacent to a resource, they just gain +1 food, right, per adjacent resource. We get the Burning Arrow Archer, which is a unique unit for the Mississippian Empire, plus the combat strength against siege units. That's not amazing. You don't really see, I think the only siege units I really see are howitzers in the modern age. That's kind of it. Applies burning status for 2 tiles for 2 turns. That's kind of interesting. I don't know how that's going to play into our strategy here for Pachacuti. We also get the Watanati. That might be how you say that. It's a merchant unit unique to the Mississippian Empire. Every time they establish a trade route, they gain 25 gold per resource when the trade route is acquired. Sorry, per resource acquired when the trade route is created. Not huge, but decent. It's also not per age. At least it doesn't say. So it's always a flat 25 gold per resource. And then we have this down here. I know this is called something, but I can't read it because now this text is in the way. But it gives +1 gold flat and then +1 food for each adjacent resource to it. This is kind of just like the Pyrotiza for Persia. It doesn't build over your warehouse buildings. It just kind of gets placed on top for additional bonus. So it is pretty cool. I do like these. I'm conflicted. I don't know if I like the unique quarters better, if I like the unique improvements better. I don't know if I'm sold on diplomatic attribute point. I think we'll roll with it. Alternatively, we can go economic. I'm not a huge fan of economic stuff, only because gold is I mean, it's fine. It serves its purpose, right? There are pros and cons for gold. I think we're going to roll with the diplomatic attribute point for this. I would like to play around with influence and stuff. So, and then we're going to start in antiquity. We're going to play as the Mississippian Empire. We're going to play on Deity, of course. Our game speed is standard. Map type. I was thinking about changing this. We do have Pangea Plus now. What is Terra Incognita? Classic homeland map with unpredictable distant lands. I don't really know what that means. A classic homeland map with unpredictable distant lands. So is our continent that we start on consistent and then the other continent or other continents are inconsistent? I don't know what that means. I think we're going to roll with Continents Plus. We might start playing different maps and kind of see what they're all about. Map size, we're going to go with standard. Advanced options, I mean, these should all be pretty much set to what we want them to be. Disaster intensity we'll just leave as light because it kind of just is what it is. We'll leave crises on because most of them are fine. Antiquity, yeah, the only one that is like actually really annoying is the happiness one where you lose your settlements. We did have that with Ada Lovelace when we played, and we did win that game, but it was still very annoying coming out of Antiquity with that happening. So Antiquity, Deity standard, Continents Plus standard, map size, standard start position, standard age length. That all looks good, and we don't need to touch player settings. We can just go ahead and launch. Okay, so it's called the Pot Cop. Is the improvement that we couldn't read because the text is flat over the Empire description for all the unique Empire bonuses or features, I guess you could call them. Okay, so we are starting and we don't have really any mountains around us. I don't know how good that is. I'm not sure. We do have camels. Camels are good. There's one mountain here. Maybe that's fine. Maybe this is normal. I think we're just going to play it. I don't really like to try to roulette the resources in the mountains and terrain and all that kind of stuff. I kind of just like to play what the game gives us. Obviously, we could probably get a better start. But we're going to go ahead and just settle in place. I'm hoping there's going to be like a sea resource or water resource here. Maybe another resource down this way. So we'll go ahead and settle here. There is Cahokia. We're going to start producing our first warrior because that is how we play. We always go 2 or 3 warriors and then into a settler. Sometimes we get a scout. Let's distribute our attribute points before we forget. So we're going to get the +1 influence per age on the palace. We're going to go expansionist. Obviously, we're going to get production towards settlers. Excellent. That's all good. There's nothing else we need to do at the start of the age, I hope. We always forget the attribute points. Always, always. Okay, agriculture is done. I think we go straight for animal husbandry in this case. Pastures versus plantations. I mean, this is what? That's a plantation. That's a plantation. So we could go for pottery first into animal husbandry. That's probably okay. And then we might want to go into sailing after that. In terms of wonders, I'm not really looking at any in particular. Hanging gardens would be good. So like if we could do... we can do that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, hanging gardens would be really good to get if we could pull it off. So we'll see. Production, we're going to go for another warrior. Let's move down here. Okay, that is actually really cool that we have 2 cotton. The dates are kind of, I mean, they are food, which is good for us. Cotton is awesome. Silver, potentially awesome. I do like silver. And then camels are always good. Okay, so let's have you move down. Just continue to, wait, why does it say that it looks, his icon didn't really get like grayed out like we normally see. Okay, growth in Cahokia. What are we looking for here? We are probably looking for food and production, but we want to grow toward the camels. So we're going to do that. We also want to grow toward this mountain because that's going to give us our adjacency bonuses. Let's have you move down here. Kind of see what is what. Let's see. Okay, yeah, not too much going on. Just kind of keep on exploring. Okay, our next warrior is about to be done. Perfect, so we're gonna have you move up this way. Start scouting to the north. We have some growth here. We could go for the silver. We don't really need it for unit purchasing. I would rather continue to get our growth. So what I'm thinking we're gonna do is expand now to the dates. This is unfortunate that we only have this one mountain here. And if I'm not mistaken, let's take a quick look at our leader here. So all buildings receive a +1 food adjacency bonus from mountains. And our mountains are actually 2 of the adjacency tiles are resources, which is just kind of unfortunate. So what we're going to do for our growth is we're actually going to place our tile or our population here. So we can potentially put a building there. In terms of next production, we're going to go ahead and get a scout. And then we're just going to keep on scouting with our warriors here. Okay, move you up, and we're going to kind of see what we got going on up here. Here's some mountains. That's what we want to see. Out of range of this settlement, but potentially we can get another settlement over here on this side of the river, and that would be really good. Okay, this looks like it might be just a dead end down there. A little unfortunate. Okay, let's move you up just to see. Yes, it is. I mean, it could be a really good fishing settlement. 2, 3. I mean, probably here-ish. Yeah, this is probably a really nice spot right here. It's also nice that we have access to the ocean from the settlement. There's some iron, which is definitely what you like to see. Okay, so there's pottery. We're going to start researching animal husbandry immediately. And then here, we're going to go ahead and... do we want to start a granary? I think we do. Or maybe we want to get a third warrior. We do typically go for a third warrior. We might want to get the food first, because then by the time the granary is done, we might be able to get a settler going. So let's do that. We actually can't put the granary here, unfortunately. So in that case, we could throw it down here and essentially make the dates on this tile buildable. Oh, apparently that is not what happens. I thought urban districts made the borders expand, but maybe I'm misremembering. We can start moving our warrior back. And you... oh yeah, there's a whole mountain range here. That is so defensible. That's awesome. You already moved. Yeah, I thought that when you put out urban districts, it expands your border. But maybe when it's done, it will. Not exactly sure now. Let's have you search. Okay, that is awesome to see. We're going to start moving toward this tent camp and this cairn. And we can actually just have move over here because you're going to take a little while to get up there. Interesting. Are you hostile? You are hostile. We don't like that. We do not like that at all. Let's go ahead and grab this so we can get 15 production toward Cahokia, or to Cahokia, where we can take the gold. I think we'll take the production. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's see if this, yeah, this warrior is going to be a punk. Okay, we have our first civic researched. We're going to go for tool making to get that extra production. I do kind of want culture. I would love to get cultural victory right under the belt. I don't know if how likely that is, how likely that it's going to be. Okay, we can go for discipline out of the gate. Try to get Gate of All Nations if we're going to go for a military style gameplay. I don't really want to. I mean, we'll certainly be fighting somebody at some point. I kind of want to get this. That's 21 turns. Discipline is 18 turns, but it gives us the ability to get army commanders. I think that's going to be very important. So let's get discipline first, because as much as we don't want to fight, we almost always do at the beginning. In terms of our celebrations, or our governments rather, I think we're going to go for classical republic. Despotism is also really good. I don't know. I don't really foresee us building too many wonders, although we do want to get the Hanging Gardens. We probably won't be training that much military either, so it's hard to say. We're going to go classical republic because we would like to get Hanging Gardens. Yeah, let's do that. You need to get around this guy if you can. Okay, you come down, and then we'll have our other guys just moving along. You're going to follow us? Of course you are. So we're going to walk around here. We would like to get to that cairn if possible. There's another cairn right there too. Okay, so we can't get to these dates yet, but we can get to these, and that's 3 food there, which is pretty big. This has 1 food, 1 production. That's also really good. I think we go for the growth first. I do really like growth in our settlements. Okay, so when the district is done, it pushes out the border. For some reason, I didn't remember that was the case. And now we actually just timed it perfectly that our settlement just grew. We can start getting a settler. That is awesome. So let's have you search. Okay, so there's this. So we can start befriending this very shortly. And what we can probably do, well, let's get this. 45 culture, 75 happiness towards celebration. Let's get the culture. That shaves off 5 turns from discipline, which is pretty big. I'm looking at where we're going to want to settle. Because if we can grab Saivash, we can potentially settle up here. So I think that's what we're going to try to do. They do have a lot of units moving around, which we don't particularly like. So let's befriend them. So it'll take 15 turns before they're friendly with us, which is fine. Let's start moving this warrior up this way to kind of scout this out. Okay, our other warrior is pretty much here. So let's have you kind of cross the river and see what's over on this side, in case we want to send our settler over this way. Okay. I mean, the flax is actually really good. That'd be really nice to have. So let's send you over here. There's actually a ton of resources around, which is pretty sweet. Kind of surprised we haven't found another leader yet, though. Okay, let's have you move up here. Oh, interesting. So not the best place for a settlement, but could be worth something later. Hard to say. There's some gold up here, which is also really nice. Let's have you move over here. There's actually more mountains over there. We do like mountains. Okay, so in terms of settling, game wants us to settle here. That's actually a defensible position because of this cliff right here. However, can we take this lens off? So these three are freshwater. If we settle here, we're in range of flax, marble, wine, wild game. We are not in range of 1, 2, 3. We're not in range of the tin. We could settle here. That is possible. 2, 3. We're not in range of the wine then. We are in range of the jade, wild game, iron, and horses. And we do have all these mountains over here. Well, if we can click this off again, then we can see the mountains for sure. Yeah. So we would have that available to us. If we assimilate Saivosh into our empire, it gives us access to 1, 2. It gives us access to the tin, the marble, this wine. 1, 2. This is in our capital already. Some weird graphical stuff going on here. Yeah, recently there's been some weird graphical stuff going on with the game. I'm not sure if it's just me, but yeah, just weird stuff. So I think what we're gonna do is actually have you move up here. Could make you coastal. Do we want you to be coastal? So being coastal actually doesn't take away from the resources that we would have access to. So let's start moving you up that way, because it's actually not a bad idea to have our settlement be coastal. Let's also start building another settler. Okay, there's Mount Kilimanjaro, so that's cool, but we also found Isabella, so we're definitely going to want to forward settle where we can, 100%. So let's see what she has to say. We're going to go for a friendly greeting. Yeah, we're going to kind of want to be friendly this time around if we're not going to go for any sort of military. So we can have you move forward here, another continent. Okay, she has 1 settlement currently. So what we're going to hope is that, well, there's animal husbandry, so that's awesome. We're going to hope that she doesn't settle before us. So let's see if we can get up here quickly. We're going to continue going for growth until, well, let's check out our resources. Did we slot the dates? We did. We have 4 resource slots here. These are all like bonus resources mostly. So we're going to continue just grabbing resources because that's really going to help us just jumpstart our capital. Now you can just start moving back. You can move down, see what we can see. It's just water. You need to move before you get slammed. Who do we have here? Okay, we have Friedrich here. He's got 2 settlements up already. We'll do another friendly greeting. We'll kind of just see how this plays out. Okay, are we the only one competing for this? That is, yes, we are. So that is really good for us. We would like to get this cairn if we can loop around here. Ooh, that is annoying, but that we can deal with that. As long as we don't get cornered here, that would really be a shame. So let's move you forward. Hopefully she does not settle here. Move our warrior back across. So far we're neutral, which is good. She is playing as Egypt, so if we want to attack, it's going to be kind of difficult. Can you settle this turn? You cannot. All right, so we have 1 turn to try and get this. And hopefully she doesn't settle in that 1 turn, because that would really be a shame. Oh, he's blocking us now. All right, well, let's heal for now. Okay, let's see. Does she? She does not. So we can. Okay. Does that affect our relationship? Yeah, it does. I mean, what can we do? You know? So we're going to grab the iron. Yes, we are going to grab the iron for sure. If we could snag the jade too, that would be really good. Let's get our warrior out of there before he gets stuck. Okay, so we have 1 connected town. Perfect. Okay, you are clear now. Okay, so we can get, well, potentially, we can get around. Okay, respond to diplomatic action. What do we have? So we actually can't support this. That's unfortunate. We can grab this, though. We were 1 turn away from being able to support it. Okay, I want you, oh, we have a settler here. Okay, so we could settle up this way. If we did, how would we want to do this? So if we settle here, 1, 2, 3, there's wine, flax, 1, 2, 3, mangoes, 1, 2, 3. Kind of puts us in range of this of the city-state. Alternatively, if we settle here, it puts us out of range of the wine. It puts us in range of the wild game. What's more important, do we think? Probably the wild game, right? So let's start moving this way. Why does it take us that way? 5, 6. I mean, that's fine. That's a weird way to do it, but oh, I see. Let's start moving you up with that settler. Okay, and then here we're actually going to build an. I think we build an archer. Could actually build a brickyard or the saw pit and get some culture and some science. Where does it want us to put that? Oh, right there. I think we go for the archer first, just because we're probably going to want that. There's another cliff there. Okay, let's have you move down. That is water, unfortunately. So we cannot sail across that yet, I don't think. Okay, let's have you start moving up that way. Okay, yeah, let's actually just have you heal all the way then. That is fine. Okay, so there is discipline. We don't need that. Our next civic, we could go for, we can try to get Gate of All Nations. We're pretty much focused on, we do want to get a Pantheon though, actually. So I'll click that for now. We do want to get Hanging Gardens. So the thing about that is our celebration is going to trigger way before we get Hanging Gardens. Yeah, I mean, Gate of All Nations would be nice. I don't think we're going to go for it though. Okay, move you up. Let's actually have you up it to that commander. Okay, you might as well start moving back down. Isabella still only has 1 town, and she has 2 now. Yeah, let's keep moving you back down just in case. I'll have you come up this river. Okay, growth in Cahokia. Could actually grab the cotton here. What is our production looking like? 11.1. Really gonna want some production if we're gonna want to build this wonder, huh? There's some 2 production tiles here. Cotton actually gives 2 production. Yeah, I think the cotton tile for sure. And then Choctaw has growth, so we can actually secure the jade here, which I think we'll do. That's perfect. She's not gonna like us though, because now our borders are touching. We do want culture, but we're gonna want to assimilate this into our empire, which I forget how much influence it takes. Let's hold on to our influence for now. We'll accept this. I think that's perfectly fine. In terms of our production, we have our archer now. We could pump out another settler. I don't think that's the play. I do kind of want to throw one of these buildings down for the science and the culture, but I don't think we're going to get much value out of them in this settlement. So what we could do is build another archer in this case, which I think we will absolutely do. We can purchase an archer up here. I kind of want to hold on to our gold just in case we need to start purchasing units. So that's going to be much more beneficial. This looks good. We're going to start moving up toward this settlement. Oh, she expanded, which is fine. Actually, it'd be really awesome if we could snipe that iron. Both leaders receive combat strength. I don't think we really need this right now. So we'll just accept this for the gold. We do have our celebration. So production toward wonders for 10 turns. We're not actually going to be able to use that. So we're just going to grab the culture in this case. And then we'll go ahead and put the culture on the palace. So that'll be pretty good for us. You can just, oh, that's kind of not great, but you know, is what it is. Have you move down? Let's see, we were going to build you here. So you are still in range of the horses. It's going to get a little bit dangerous over here. Not really a fan of that. How many turns until we're friendly with you? 3 turns. We'll have to do it. Ooh, yeah, we don't like that. Let's drop you there. Let's move you forward. Let's move you down. Gonna take another hit there, which is not ideal. Is our archer done here again? Man, that is crazy. I wonder, see, this is where we always get hopeful and think maybe we can do an early war with gosh, Isabella. I mean, it's possible. It is definitely possible. It would give us a nice swath of land as well. But I'm not sure if that is the play. We're gonna get hit again here. Not what you want to see. But we should be able to get away, and our settlers should be able to make it to where we want to get our next settlements. Okay, let's have you move here. And then, oh, we met somebody else. Let's do a search. Cool. Trung Track. Okay, we will do a friendly greeting. She's playing as the Kamai. Okay, we do have a decent amount of gold. Almost enough for a granary in our town. And we can produce military like crazy right now, which is pretty insane. We have really decent growth too. Ooh, what are you doing? Well, we're gonna see if she settles where we're trying to settle, and that'll kind of determine what exactly we're gonna do here. So let's have you hop into the commander, and we're gonna have you move over to heal. I'll have you move forward. I'll have you move up here. We'll just kind of prepare ourselves. We're gonna start moving up that way. We don't want to mess with all this stuff. Okay, does she settle? She does not settle there. Okay, that's pretty big for us. Now, are we comfortable settling here? We do have mountains. Gives us access to horses, flax, wild game, and mangoes. Also puts us in a nice position here with with these water tiles. These mountain tiles are not in range of us, unfortunately, but I think this is fine, especially if we have this city-state here. So I think we will settle here. Okay, there's a narrative choice. 10% protection toward buildings, 15% protection towards buildings in Cahokia. This is probably better because we're not going to have... I think it's just better overall. I think that is good. Okay, we actually need production here. Well, no, we don't. This is a town. But we do want to grab some stuff. Cavalry strength, 2 food, 2 culture in cities. 2 culture, 2 science. This does have a culture on it. This has science on it. I think we're going to go toward the flax first. She actually can't expand toward the wild game. Right, 1, 2, yeah. So I think that's fine. Plus we want the growth. So I think that's good. Let's have you fortify here. I'll have you hop into this commander. You're already moving. Where do we want you to go? I guess we want you to move up toward this commander as well. Okay, you start healing, and they'll kind of figure out what we want to do here. So we're already pretty negative with her. These guys are friendly with us now. Okay, let's have you kind of scout around here. Okay, there's a warrior, kind of annoying, but that's okay. So if we expand here, we should be able to secure the iron, which is pretty huge, actually. Do we want yields on? Yeah, it's probably okay for now, as long as it doesn't get too messy. Let's move you up, and then we will search. These are some nice jungle tiles here, or rainforest tiles. I guess it's kind of the same thing. Or are there jungle tiles? These all look like rainforest. I swear there are jungle tiles, though. The fortification's complete. That is good. Here's our warrior. We're going to move our warrior up because we do want our warrior to be in combat, like if we're fighting. So we can have you stay here on alert. You're moving up this way. We could denounce her. The thing is we want to build hanging gardens, which becomes available in 2 turns for us. So do we denounce her? I feel like we could, and I feel like we could secure Mount Kilimanjaro. And also, why does the AI build their specialty districts separate so they don't have the unique quarter? That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? I didn't really want to go to war this early, but I think it would make a lot of sense to. So if we... Who are you friendly with? Are you friendly with anybody right now? You're neutral with everybody. This would probably be the time to do this. So we're going to try. And this will just give us a nice advantage that we're going to need going into the rest of the game. So we're going to denounce you. Okay, they can slam us. We'd rather them do that. Trung Track declared war on Friedrich already. That's kind of crazy. Okay, Cahokia, what do we want to do with you? Let's grab the silver, and then we can actually just start moving these units up this way. We'll deploy our warrior here, and we'll deploy you there. Then you can start fortifying. Do we want to move you up? Don't know. We probably want you to fortify, because we don't really need to commit too much to this war effort. Let's have you slam, and then you... Oh yeah, here she goes, trying to settle up this way. Interesting. Yeah, you're going to move up, and then we'll see how we want to... Because we can always buy another archer up here, technically. So these are actually from the other independent power. Okay. So here is irrigation. We have growth in Homa, if that's how you say that. So do we want to grab... Oh, there's a warrior there. We can't grab that, actually. So I guess we grab this here so we can get the flax online. That's fine. Now, in terms of our science now, what do we want to do? We probably want bronze working. So perhaps we go writing into bronze working. Could go for pyramids. But we don't really have a ton of navigable rivers, do we? Here's just a little bit. Do have desert tiles. Actually, I don't think we have desert... Well, I guess this would be the only tile we can build the pyramids on, so we don't really care too much about that. The monument is actually decent to have. Could also go for sailing. That wouldn't be too bad. I think we're going to go toward bronze working. Yeah, because we can start getting libraries online too. So we're definitely going to do that. Can place a garden. I don't think we're going to build another settler. Oh yeah, we want to build hanging gardens. 100% we want to build hanging gardens. Now where do we want to put it though? Probably right here. It's going to take 18 turns to build that. So we will see how we do. Okay, commander is fortifying. So you can go on alert. You can move over. You can fortify. I'm going to have you move up. You will have move over this way. And then you can start moving up here. We can always buy more units. That's the thing, especially because we have silver. You can just heal, to be fair. Because like this one's going to die on when he attacks, and then this unit, I mean, I'm not really worried about. So that's probably fine. We move up there. Discovered somebody else. Who do we meet? Hatshepsut, who is not playing as Egypt. It's kind of funny. Okay, we'll do a friendly greeting. And then who are you friendly with? You're unfriendly with everybody. Okay, well that's good. You are still going down a relationship. That is good. That's what we like. Okay, there is mysticism, so we can get our pantheon now. So we can get 6 gold. I think we're actually going to drop the culture. Maybe not actually. We do want to get priesthood up and running though. So we're going to grab 25 science. For our next civic, we're going to... Public life would be good. We're going to go for earthworks. Monk's Bound would be pretty good actually for resources. Burning arrows can pillage within 2 tiles for 1 movement. Huh. Yeah, let's grab that. We can also pick our pantheon, which a lot of them were picked already, which is expected. I think we probably go for God of the Sun. That is usually our go-to. Could do God of the Sea plus 1 production on fishing boats in settlements with an altar. No, probably not worth it. I think the culture, food, science, gold, production, happiness, all in one is just really strong. So we're gonna go for that. You can fortify because we're gonna have some time here for everybody to fortify. Okay, let's have you start scouting over in this direction. Interesting that Hatshepsut is so close. Okay, you will be our friend in 2 turns, or we'll be suzerain with you in 2 turns. So that looks good. Oh yeah, what got built? The Great Steel. Interesting that Hanging Gardens wasn't built actually. Not gonna complain. Just interesting that it wasn't built. Let's actually have you slam this guy and get rid of him, just so we can get him out of here. We don't have to worry about extra units and stuff roaming around. Yeah, let's actually have you... let's have you hop into the commander for now. And we're going to have you move up so you can hop into the commander. Kind of get organized here. Okay, we do have quite a bit of gold at this stage. So we can throw down a granary and get a nice amount of food here. So let's do that. Cost us some of our gold, but I think that's fine, especially since we have the silver. And then here, oh, you know, we probably should have saved that for this altar instead. Probably okay. Probably okay. Do you have a narrative choice? We get 1 warrior. Awesome. Where is our 1 warrior? See him anywhere. But supposedly we do have one. Maybe we'll get him next turn. Oh no, he's actually up here. Okay, well you heal there then, and you fortify. Let's have you move up and search. Okay. We would like to get this Karen still and kind of scout this area, if possible. How are we doing here? 3 more turns? We just got flooded. It's our military looking like 50. Trunk Track is actually in trouble with only 6 military power. It's kind of interesting. Okay, we're going to want to grab the iron, because we're going to want as much military power as possible as we go into this engagement. You just keep on scouting over here, seeing what is what. Okay, that all looks good. Fortifications complete. So let's actually have you move out and you move in, because then you're already fortified. Okay, you want to do this, actually. So we have 5 turns until this is ready for us to start assimilating, so we're not going to want to support this. We do want to support it, but we're not going to. So that's the one thing about having diplomacy also, is that the leaders like you, the other leaders like you more. So we just don't want to eliminate Isabella in this case. We just want to make sure that we kind of pressure her. I mean, if we could take a settlement too, that'd be pretty good. So Friedrich is actually up here. Interesting. Very interesting. We could have you fortify, I guess. That's probably fine. Okay. All right, we have some growth in Homa. 2 science, 2 culture. We'll definitely grab some flax for sure. Another action here. And we'll just take the 2 gold for now. Thank you, Hatshepsut. And then we don't need to click on here. We need to go to our resources and we plop this right into our capital. Nice bonus to science and culture. You keep on moving over. Actually, I should have you cut this way. And then you, because I might as well start moving you up here. Auto explore is not a thing yet, right? It's going to be a thing soon. Okay. Fortifications complete. Okay, we are now hostile. She does have 60 military power compared to our not so great military power. So we can buy more burning archers, which we will. We do want to get altars up. If we can take her capital, we'll be in really good shape. But we want to be very careful because she does have Medjay. This is, it kind of reminds me of the Amina war we just had in the Simon Bolivar game. We want to also keep an eye on this. So 3 turns for that. Okay. We declare war on you. 0 war support across the board. So let's do that. So we will go ahead and move you forward. We'll have you fortify. We'll move you forward. We'll move our commander forward. Move everybody forward. Okay, you can wait. Just kind of make sure we take up some defensive positions here. And then we will put our warrior here for now. And we can actually put an archer there. Kind of gets in the way of our warrior, but maybe the warrior can move up 2 next turn. We will see. You hang out. Spearman's kind of annoying. That's okay. Pillage for health. We don't need to do that. Let's have you... I mean, you don't need to fortify because the warrior's fortifying. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. There's more Friedrich up there. Okay, so let's pay attention to what goes on over here. Okay, they move out and slam, which is fine. That actually puts us in a really good position. We can't fire with him. Okay, can't really fire with anybody, which is really annoying. Okay, could probably fire with you. Can't have you move there yet, unfortunately. So you can actually pillage for health. We'll have you fortify now. We probably want you to fortify. Is unfortunate with the archers here that they can't fire, so we'll just have these hop into the commander. We'll have you move around since these archers are kind of busy. More culture, we will accept. Okay, and then you can start making your way up this way. That is not what you like to see. So in this case, what we'll probably have to do is move you out and then purchase an archer and then have you fortify here. Yeah, that is not what you like to see. Okay, let's scout Friedrich's territory. Okay, there's more Medjay. Not, oh, that is not good, actually. That galley is a problem. Okay, we can have you finish this Medjay, I think. Perfect. You need to retreat 100%. Okay, and then we just can't be in range of the galley. That's the only thing. So you're fortifying. You heal. We're going to want to move our commander up. You can move here. Let's move you up. Yeah, that galley is going to be a little annoying, but that's okay. Over here, we're going to grab the camels. We don't want to click on that. We want to click on our resources. Camels are already slotted. That is perfect. Our commander does have a promotion, so we're going to go ahead and grab initiative. Steadfast is actually really good here too. Let's grab Steadfast because we need the combat strength. We do have negative war support now too, which is a little annoying. We could fix this. We want to see how much this is going to cost us though. Yeah, this is like extremely sketch over here. Like this could not have happened at a worse time, actually. Oops. Yeah, that could be really bad. Okay, so they slam us. Okay, they're just doing some nonsense over there, which is fine. Okay, city-state bonus. +1 combat strength of infantry. Could go for hill fort. I don't know what this land unit is. I don't think we really need one, though. 2 production. Gives 1 site, 5 healing per turn of military units in the tile. Counts as a fortification, +6 combat strength when defending. I think we grab +1 combat strength to ranged and siege units for every city-state you're the suzerain of. I think we grab Flappo. Infantry is pretty good too, but I think we want Flappo. Okay, so we are suzerain of this city-state. We need 240 influence to incorporate them into the empire. So that's what we're going to do. Can shoot that boat. Doesn't really make sense to. It would be nice if we could, what's it called? If we could do something about the, gosh, I lost my train of thought. Do something about something. You are not fortified. Yeah, the Medjays are definitely going to be rough to deal with. Okay, you fire on, well, the slinger left. So fire on this warrior, that's fine. You can't, you have to actually move all the way around there. So let's have you move forward. Let's have you swap with him. You heal back here. Yeah, we can't really slam, unfortunately. So what we'll probably do is just have you, no, we're not going to have you pack up, just in case we have to leave in a hurry. We want to be able to pack everybody. Okay, warrior can just heal. Scout, can't really see too much. I like how she settled like right in the middle of his settlements there. Ooh, okay, that's a little rough. That is a little rough, but can you fire on him? Of course not. Okay, let's have you move back and heal. If you move here, can you fire on him now? You still can't. That's kind of crazy. Okay, we need to fire on, can't actually fire on you. Yeah, we're not in a very good position here. That is for sure. So let's have you back up. You need to fortify. I think we might lose this archer here if we continue our push. It's kind of hard to say. Don't really want to move you. You're fortifying. Yeah, kind of hard to say. In Choctaw, we could grab the Jade. I think we grab the horses though. We don't really have cavalry, but it does give us some gold. How much gold does our capital produce though? That's the thing. Or it's not that much more gold. I think we grab the horses. Could grow to the wild game. That could actually be really good. I think the horses are better. Okay. Oh, I mean, we could grab that. We are suzerain of this. 240. I think we do. I think we do support this. That's going to help us out quite a bit. We're not going to specialize Choctaw yet. Okay, so we can technically move you forward. And we'll see what he does, or what she does. And then Burning Arrow, you can slam the Slinger. We should get you out before you get stuck there. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Ooh, okay. There's writing. Okay. Medjay is out of friendly territory, which is good for us. This archer getting slammed is not good for us. Can hit you. Can you get destroyed? You can get destroyed. There's a level 2 Medjay here, which is not good. You need to heal. We can actually, oh, this galley is still here. Okay. Let's see. 25 culture, 50 gold. Let's grab the culture. Okay. Trunk track made peace. 5 turns on Hanging Gardens. Can have you fire on the spearman since he's like right in our face. So you can technically fire here, but then we lose you. We don't really want to do that. Could have you slam and then you fire. Let's move you back. You actually can't slam. Okay, let's move you back again. Let's move you back. You're fortifying. Actually click on you. You can't pillage here. I should have moved this archer back. This archer might get one shot by this level 2 Medjay. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. And that would just be quite unfortunate for us. We can always purchase another one here. Is it a one shot? It is not a one shot. Okay. These stay the same. That was our first civic. Now, this Medjay is actually going down toward our city-state friends, which is good. That is good for us. You need to get packed up though, for sure. And then what I think we need to do is kind of fall back a little bit. She does have military power over us. You should move back. You should heal. We can take you with us. You can move back. We can actually move all the way back here with our commander. Oh no, we can't, apparently, because we have 2 movement, but we can't move. Alright, we need to sacrifice a warrior here, since we can't move. Yeah, we can't move anywhere. What if we cancel? Do we take our promotion? Alright, so let's take initiative here. Actually, Bulwark is really good. Yeah, let's take Bulwark, because the instant fortifications are really nice. Can we move you now? We can't move you, so I guess we just heal a turn, because we do have our warrior there now. And then, okay, we could go for our merchant, and that wouldn't be bad. Could go for this to give us access to the monk's mound though, and that give us access to 4 more resources, which would be really good. Okay, we have another celebration, so we can go for the wonder production this time. So let's do that. We'll grab the gold from priesthood. It looks like I shaved 2 turns off of Hanging Gardens, if I'm not wrong. So you can fortify in 1 turn now, so that's good for us. We're gonna have you fire on this spearman. You wait. Mr. Scout, come down this way. They can all fight each other. That's fine. There's a good amount of resources here in this city-state, because I know we have the -2 war support with Isabella right now, which is not ideal. So can you move down now? You can. Is that all of your movement though? It's not. So let's have, oh wait, you can actually just move down here. Let's have you do that. Oh, she's building Hanging Gardens. We're further along than her, so we should be okay. Let's have you move here. I'll have you move back and heal. Okay, and all our units should be healing here now. You wait. You finish off this spearman. Okay, you're coming back down to us. Okay. Ooh, that's not good. That is not ideal. So let's have you swap. You heal. You fortify. Then our commander will fortify, just in case. Okay, Homa has some growth. The mangoes would be really good, actually. 2 culture, 2 food. So let's actually grow toward them. Another one we want to support, but we can't. So let's grab this, because we want to assimilate this into our empire, so we don't start falling too far behind. Then we're probably going to want to get a settlement in one of these spots here to have a nice fishing town. Yeah, we seem to be pretty far ahead on the Hanging Gardens, which is really good for us. So we're going to fire on you. Can you hit him? You can. You do like fire damage, don't you? So let's actually, oh no, you can't move yet. I know you're supposed to be healing, but can we like set this guy on fire or something? Get some experience. Okay, let's have you start wandering down this way. Oh, there's an archer there. That is not good for us. Oh, that means our warrior's dead. That is a shame. He followed him down. I mean, I guess it's kind of expected. Not a huge loss. Can deploy you forward like that. Can step on this. Can move our commander up. Have you fortify instantly. And then you need to heal. Actually, you need to fortify. You're healing. You're healing. You fire on this guy for sure. We should be able to take him out next turn. You hang out because we don't want you to die. Okay, yeah, you got slammed. So let's get you out of the way. Okay, and what is this? I should start building another wonder because we finished Hanging Gardens. Okay, that is actually awesome for us. We get an expansionist attribute point for this. +1 food per age on warehouse buildings. +5% growth rate in cities. We're probably going to want to go this route. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to want to do. So let's grab that. Okay, that is huge for us. So now, wasn't there another wonder we want to build? In 5 turns we can build it. Okay, so let's pick up the altar. The altar's in 4 turns. Yeah, let's pick up, that's not the altar. That is the altar. And we can just throw that down right here. That's fine. Could put it right here actually. What else are we going to build? Yeah, I think we put it here to get that adjacency bonus that we've been wanting. So let's throw the altar down there. And we can always build over it later if we want to. Oh, we're standing in our own fire. Apparently that's kind of funny, but not funny. Okay, you're all healing. You should be healing. You might as well heal. Okay, can we actually? We can't actually hit that med J. It's gonna get away. That is a shame. Okay, you can just chill and heal there. I think that's. Oh, we should actually shot the slinger. Okay, warrior, you hang out. 240 turn or influence. So pretty soon. And she built that really quick. I guess the production from losing Hanging Gardens kind of solidified that for her, which makes sense. So let's pop you into the commander. Let's pop you out of the commander. We can start firing on that boat, actually. You need to be healing. So that's fine. The slinger's getting up close and personal with us, so let's fire on the slinger. Okay, you hang out. Okay, is there anything we want to buy here? We kind of want to save up for this altar. It looks like, although the brickyard would be pretty good. I mean, it is production in a town though, so not amazing. Hatshepsut declared war on Friedrich. Okay, what is her military strength? Like 88. It is a lot. It's a tier 2 galley now. Let's fire on it. We do have more archers, but we don't really want to compromise them if we can help it. Okay, let's grab. I think the growth makes more sense, not the jade. Although our gold income is looking pretty good, but I think it's because of priesthood. So let's actually get rid of that slinger. This commander stepped into the fire, which is kind of funny. Could have you slam. We're actually just we're gonna play defensive in our town here. Okay, we just got slammed by a medjay there. Okay, so this is now a fortified district, which is not great. It's also not great that we can't shoot these units from where we are. So you actually can't fire from here. Yeah, perhaps we back off for now until we can get bronze working. Yeah, let's just back off for now. You pop into the commander. Commander moves back. You're actually fine to stay there. And then we'll deploy you back here. Commander will fortify for you. It would be a shame if we lost another warrior, but I mean, that's kind of just the way it goes. Let's grab... We do want to get this cotton online, so let's actually move down for the cotton. You can go on alert. Yeah, we might lose this warrior here on the river, but that is just the way it goes sometimes. Can snipe this commander. I think we want to get rid of the archer first. Actually, let's get rid of the commander. So he's gone. And we know he's gone. You might as well just heal. Yeah, I just kind of want to see if we... Ooh, that was close. That was very close. Lots of stuff going on. Another archer over here. Okay, so I actually missed a turn, but we can actually start incorporating this city-state into our empire, which we will 100% do. We have production in our capital, which next turn, Monksbound becomes available to us. We're actually going to start building a settler here, and we're going to set up one of these fishing towns. This is probably the best one down here because of all these shallow water tiles. It's probably not bad over here either, but just less tiles to work with. So you can fire on him. Excellent. You can fire on him. You can fire on him. You can technically slam. Okay. Promotion on our commander. Let's do that. +3 combat strength from fortifications for land units within the command radius. That's definitely good for the position that we're in right now. We're gonna have you hop into the commander. Commander is healing. We can build a warrior. I'd like to get an altar though, because now we're kind of just pushing through. Okay, let's have you fire on this archer. Archer's almost gone. Okay, you're all healed up now. Let's have you start moving back down this way. Okay, yeah, this is looking like a pretty decent start. We kind of anticipated this resistance from Isabella, especially because she is playing as Egypt. The most important thing here is that we are very careful with our military. We are fortified. This archer is not. These archers in the back are not, but we are in a fortified position. She does have to come out of her territory to attack us, which is what we want. And I mean, we're holding off these this independent power over here. We're getting wonders built. We're getting, we're expanding. We're not doing bad. If we can get another wonder built, actually, that would be really good for us. Pax Imperatoria. Yeah, I mean, we do have some Silk Roads progress, which is kind of nice. Go to our legacy paths. Let's just take a quick look at where we stand currently. We should be able to grab that pretty easily. And potentially grab that first point in culture. So it's a little bit rough, right? The fight with Isabella is a little bit rough, but this is usually how our games kind of start. I'm not opposed to it. So I think this could end up working out for us in a good way, as long as we don't lose too much military over here against Isabella, but that's kind of what we have our income for as well. So we'll see how it goes. If you did enjoy this one, go ahead and hit that like button, helps the channel out a ton. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.